the crossfire, and he keeps waking up, but it's not to the sound of birds. The tyranny, the violent streets, deprived of all that we're blessed with, and we can't get enough. No, heaven if you sent us down, so we could build a playground for the sinners, the players, saints. You'd be so proud of what we made. I hope you got some beds around, cause you're the only refuge now. For every mother, every child, every brother, it's caught in the crossfire. Train my luck to know why he's caught in the crossfire, and I'm here waking up to the sun and the sound of birds. Society's anxiety deprives of all that we're blessed with. We just can't get enough. No, heaven if you sent us down, so we could build a playground for the sinners, the players, saints. You'd be so proud of what we made. I hope you got some beds around, cause you're the only refuge now. For every mother, every child, every brother, it's caught in the crossfire. Trust what I'm given, my faith still needs a gun. Whose ammunition justifies the wrong? And I can't see from the backseat, so I'm asking from above. Can I trust what I'm given, even when it cuts? So heaven if you sent us down, so we can build a playground for the sinners, to play your saints. You'd be so proud of what we made. I hope you got some beds around, cause you're the only refuge now. For every mother, every child, every brother, it's caught in the crossfire. It's caught in the crossfire. It's caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, let's go. I'm unstoppable, do the impossible. I'm irresponsible, yet I'm phenomenal. I got an arsenal, I'm dropping bombs, you know. No, I'm not stopping, no. Conquer the obstacle. To the top, here I go, think I'm chosen to be the king of rock, think the people have spoken. I can hear the tick-tock of the clock, I'm in motion. So now I'm gonna pop, causing all this commotion.
Yeah, sometimes I think that I'm unstoppable. Yeah, ready to go, man, lock and load. That's right, I swear to God that I could drop you, bro. Yeah, I got a shot and I ain't stopping, no. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the NEXXTCAR Racing League here on iRacing. Last week at Daytona in the debut race for NEXXTCAR and our new home for racing, we saw a NEXXTCAR rookie in Matthew Erickson park his truck in the W Energy victory lane here in the Truck Series. And on the other side of the league in the Cup Series, Matthew Tucker, a NEXXTCAR veteran, made his way through the field to victory lane after grabbing the pole. That is right, you heard me correctly. NEXXTCAR is proud to welcome back W Energy as the sponsor for both racing series for yet another season. We have also added another sponsor to the list, HVAC Designs. We are proud to welcome you aboard. HVAC Designs, a paint scheme shop owned and operated by our very own Matthew Erickson. Several trucks you will see out on the track tonight was designed by Matthew and HVAC Designs. This is just week 2 of the season, and the hype is higher than ever. Tonight, these drivers look to put last week behind them and move on to tonight's race here at the Auto Club Speedway, a 2-mile track that opened in 1997 and has hosted at least one NASCAR race annually since breaking onto the NASCAR scene. Tonight, the boys of NEXXTCAR look to write their own chapter in the NEXXTCAR history books here at this track. Will it be another NEXXTCAR rookie heading to victory lane, or will it be one of NEXXTCAR's Truck Series veterans going to spray the champagne? All that and so much more coming up here tonight. As always, my name is Ronnie Noggle, and welcome back to the NEXXTCAR Racing League here on iRacing. These drivers looking to put last week behind them at Daytona, as it was kind of it was an interesting race to say the least. As you see these guys out here practicing right now, they only have a little bit left here until practice is over, but these guys have definitely they got a lot to improve upon from last week at Daytona. I know it was Daytona and it's a super speedway, but it was absolutely atrocious what we saw out of these guys in the Truck Series. But when it came to the Cup Series, they absolutely learned what they took from the Truck Series and applied it to the race on Monday night in the Cups, and it was so much cleaner. But these guys, a lot of these guys looking to move on from Daytona, a race that a lot of these guys did not get the result that they should have earlier on. And the biggest one, honestly, out of that was J.D. Larson in that number 18 monster Toyota Tundra. The guy led all first 18 laps of the race, but had nothing to show for it when it came to the finishing order. Absolutely not the race he wanted, but here at Auto Club, some of these guys are going to say this is where the real racing starts. Daytona, anyone can race or win a draft track, but you know what? Here at Auto Club, it may be another draft track, but you have got to have some skill mixed into it as well. A track that Kyle Larson has showed the new guys how to get around here using that high line. Something that never was really big in NASCAR was that high line up until Kyle Larson broke onto the scene, and he has just rode that high wall all the way around most of these tracks. And you are going to see a ton of these guys doing that here tonight, here at this 2-mile track of Auto Club Speedway. Like we said, it's another draft track, but these guys are going to have their hands full tonight. There is no doubt about it. Let's go ahead and let's get your tower up. They are in qualifying now. Remember, only the first 5 minutes of qualifying, these drivers are allowed to put down a lap. So these guys have got to get out there. They got to put down some clean, fast laps if they're going to want to start here pretty high up there. As you see, excuse me, Brandon Dunford putting down the first lap here, 41.01, and Chandler's going to grab second with a 41.57. So right now, 3 NEXXTCAR rookies finding themselves up front there. And Matthew Erickson, your rookie in NEXXTCAR, grabbed the win at Daytona last week. He's going to fall back to third there. So a lot of drivers here starting to get their lap times put in, which you love to see. And it is going to be very interesting to see where some of these veterans of NEXXTCAR line up here. But these guys, 7 minutes and 40 seconds left in qualifying, which means they only have 2 minutes and 40 seconds to put down a lap here, because the last 5 minutes of qualifying goes towards the drivers' meeting. But these drivers, a lot of them, they tried their best last week. There's no doubt about it at Daytona. But some things went down. A lot of things happened out of our control and in our control. A lot of things that the drivers learned, and a lot of things that not only myself up here in the booth, but as the race administrator for tonight, once again, have learned as well. next week we are going to have our full-time race control. So I cannot wait for that. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see any of these guys putting down any laps here because we are still race control. So we're not able to use the spectator mode. We are coming in as a quote-unquote driver. So that is why you're not able to see anybody put down in qualifying laps. But 1 minute left, or I'm sorry, 2 minutes left here in qualifying. So you can see 12 drivers have put down a lap time. But let's check out your point standings here so far here after week number 1. Matthew Erickson, we talked about it, getting that opening win of the season. He's got 40 points in first. And then you got Justin Smolin down there in 21st with 16 points, rounding out the field. But you got Zachary Brooks, Tyler Isley, Dustin Slonacker, and Peyton Tolik, your top 5 after one race here tonight. Nicholas Don Francisco 6th, Daniel Menzies 7th, Cole Howard 8th, Jerry Parker 9th, and Steve Henning in 10th. And you can see the rest of the field over there through 11th to 21st. But like I said, these drivers, they should have learned a lot last week. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be straight up with you. A lot of drivers were warned last week. Whether they're rookies in NEXXTCAR or veterans, these drivers, Cup Series and Truck Series, have all been warned. There will not be anything that carries over from last week into tonight's race or any race further on into the season. There is no place for it here in NEXXTCAR. That is not what we are as a league. I know it was some fairly clean racing last week. Absolutely was. But the warning was issued to everybody. Just a general warning. No one was called out or anything. But just a general warning was issued to these guys. And hopefully they can take that. They can learn from it. They can rebound. And tonight here at Auto Club, they can learn from it. And we got 150 laps here. So hopefully they can come out here with some clean racing here tonight. But you can see Nicholas Don Francisco making his way up to 3rd there, as these guys are running out of time to put down a qualifying lap here. As the qualifying ticker is down to 5 minutes, that means it is time for your NEXXTCAR drivers meeting here. So let's jump in there, and we're going to give them a couple seconds here. Then we're going to jump in there and do our drivers meeting here tonight. You can see Babcock jumping up there. Andrew Bolander jumping up there. We're going to take a look into that. I don't know if they got their times in before that 5-minute mark or not, so they may be looking at an end-of-line penalty here tonight. So we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on that. We're going to look into it and see what all they did. But let's jump in there for tonight's drivers meeting in this one. All right, guys. Can you all hear me? All right, sorry about that. Welcome to the second race of the NEXXTCAR season. Tonight, same as last week, we are going to be using the Geico Restart Zone implemented by iRacing. Same results apply on the first start of the race here. When the flagman drops the green flag, that is when the leader can go. Every restart after that will be on the leader. When he goes inside the Geico Restart Zone, iRacing will throw the green flag. If you are starting in second, do not pass that leader until you pass the start-finish line, or else iRacing will give you a black flag. One fast repair tonight. We talked about that last week. It is being dropped down to one fast repair throughout the remainder of the season. 25 times limit tonight, 5 sets of tires. And I know I posted it in Discord earlier, but if you guys have any black flags or anything that need cleared, come into the Discord channel. You will see race control. That is where I am currently at. You all can just jump in there. Let me know what you got a black flag for. I will look into it, and I will clear it if I see fit. And that is pretty much it. I know a bunch of us have said it throughout the week. Daytona, things happen. Let's just put that in the rearview mirror. Let's focus on tonight. 150 laps here tonight around this 2-mile track. Let's get it, boys. Anybody got anything? Nobody's got anything? Also, real quick, fast repairs, make sure you turn them off if you don't have damage. Don't want you all wasting them. I see that. The man put down one heck of a lap. Yes, sir. All right, fellas, we all got about 2 minutes left here until gridding. Hopefully, y'all can put down some clean racing tonight here. All right, there you have it. Your weekly drivers meeting has been conducted. Like I said, we're trying to figure out what we can do here tonight to try to avoid what we ran into last week when it came to people getting penalties and stuff. We're in the Discord so they can just pop in, let us know what they got the penalty for, and then we will, if we see fit, we will clear it. But let's go ahead and let's check out your race information here tonight. Week number 2 at Auto Club Speedway. Your weather, 65 degrees temperature, air temperature that is, 88 degrees humid, or 88% humidity, wind 12 mile an hour. That is going to be a huge factor for these guys tonight here in the West Coast Swing 300 presented by W Energy. That is right, W Energy jumping back on board for another season here with NEXXTCAR. Well, if you guys want anything, head on over to their website, use promo code RNOGGLE9 for 10% off. And that'll help myself. That'll help this league. We all earn money from it. You guys save money. Everybody loves saving money in today's world. So W Energy, if you guys don't know what it is, just a quick rundown. It is basically a G Fuel style powder. It's an energy style powder and absolutely love it. Like I said, use code RNOGGLE9 just like my YouTube channel and you will save 10% off. We also will get 20% profit of it for the league as well. 2 mile track here at Auto Club Speedway. The track temperature 85 degrees Fahrenheit. That track, and it is going to go up to 91 degrees now. You saw it. These guys are now going to grid 91 degrees Fahrenheit for a track temperature. This track is going to be slippery. It's going to be treacherous. These drivers are going to have to be on top of their game here tonight if they are going to come away with this one. 13-degree banking around this 2 mile track. So not a whole lot of banking to save these guys from getting loose. So these drivers are going to have to be on top of their game here tonight. That makes these races even more enjoyable. But without further ado, let's check out your grid for tonight. There you got it. Brandon Dunford putting down a 40.892, grabbing your pull here tonight. Robert Babcock starting second at number 99. Cole Howard third. Trenton Branson fourth. And Nicholas Donfrancesco rounding out your top 5. Jacob Cochran 6th. Andrew Bolander, your Cup Series reigning champion over on Heat, making his debut in iRacing, grabbing 7th. Matt Erickson, the guy who grabbed the Daytona win last week, 8th. Dustin Sloanacker 9th. David Chandler rounding out your top 10. John Turner 11th. Jeff Taylor 12th. Let's go ahead and let's try to move it on over here. There we go. 13th, Stanley Thomas. 14th, Zachary Brooks. 15th, Michael Hill. 16th, Jerry Parker. 17th, Christopher Thomas. 18th, JD Larson. And then 19th will be Jimmy Emus as he will be moving up in front of us here. But what a qualifying lap. They were talking about it in the pre-race drivers interview or pre-race drivers meeting, but Brandon Dunford putting down one heck of a lap here around this Auto Club Speedway here tonight. But these drivers, 150 laps here around this 2 mile track, 300 miles. Who is going to be able to hang on and get it done here tonight? We got a lot of racing ahead of us, but let's go ahead and let's see if we can't dial up our last week's winner, Matthew Erickson. Matthew Erickson, it's Ronnie up in the booth. You got me, buddy? Waiting on Matthew to jump into chat here. We were going to do a pre-race interview with him, your defending champ or Daytona champion, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to. We'll try to catch up to him here at some point during caution here. But these drivers coming down the backstretch, one pace lap here tonight around this 2-mile track. Brandon Dunford in that number 19 Toyota Tundra is going to be starting on the inside of Robert Babcock in that number 99 Toyota Tundra. Remember, that leader cannot go until iRacing throws the green flag. Robert Babcock cannot pass that leader or else iRacing will give him a black flag. Lot of things ride on these opening restarts, especially if you are on that front row. Well, tonight, it is a Toyota-style front row here. The pace car, the Ford Mustang, hooking the hard left onto pit road. Green flag is going to be in the air here at Auto Club Speedway. Drivers are going to get up through the gears. The 19 is going to lead them to the green flag here at Auto Club. Robert Babcock is going to hang on that high line. They're going to span out back a little bit, but it's going to be all clear for that number 19 of Dunford as he's heading through 1 and 2 here tonight. For the first lap, these drivers are going to have to be careful that they don't get loose coming out for turn number 2 with these cold, fresh tires here tonight, especially with this hot track. These drivers are going to be slipping. They're going to be sliding. They're going to be all over the place here tonight. You see them already going up to the high line. 3 wide out back. That is going to be right around Andrew Bolander. 3 wide coming out of turn number 4 here tonight. These drivers are not wasting any time with those tires getting up to temperature. They're already pushing the envelope in that number 2 truck as they continue to try to make that charge. 1 lap down here tonight. Whoa, hold on. There we go. I don't know why it was still on the time. That scared me for a minute. I thought it was going to do a time session on us. But lap 2 of 150 here tonight. And so far, Brandon Dunford still showing the way out front in that number 19 truck. Guys behind him starting to fan out. That's right around the number 12 or the 12th position there. Right around that number 1 truck of David Chandler with the 29 and the 22 behind him. And then he got the 20 back there as well. So a bunch of these guys already going 2-3 wide here around this heavy draft track of Auto Club. So far, your biggest mover right now, I know it's only 3 laps in, but right now your biggest mover is that number 11 of Jeff Taylor and that absolutely beautiful Budweiser looking Chevrolet here coming down this long backstretch here. It's a bumpy backstretch. You can see that car bouncing all over the place. It's a bumpy track here around Auto Club. But these guys so far are showing Auto Club that it is no match for their skills as they continue to stay green here tonight. But Nicholas Donfrancesco, he started in 5th. He's currently up in 2nd, up 3 spots here. Robert Babcock started on the outside of the first row. He is falling back to 5th here. And that number 99, you see him trying to get that high line to work here. But I don't know if it's going to or not. He's trying to get it to work. He's up to 4th now. But he has got another NEXXTCAR veteran. Caution is out for the first time tonight here at Auto Club. We're going to try and figure out what's going on here. It's looking like it might be back here with Jimmy Emos. Nope, it's going to be in front of him. Not sure exactly what the caution was for. Maybe something with J.D. Larson? Let's go ahead and back it up here a little bit and see if we can't figure out what exactly transpired here to bring out your first caution. Right there, we got a guy. Who is that down in the grass? That is going to be... Somebody was down in the grass there. Right there, you can see all the smoke. Who is that? Trying to figure out who exactly that is down there in the grass. Let's back it up and see what all he saw right there. All right, there's a truck that just lost it down there, but for some reason I can't pick up who it is. There we go. John Turner brings out your first caution here tonight. That took a while to figure out who it was, but that number 29 is going to bring out your first caution of the night. let's rewind it here and figure out what happened. Running with the number 1 of David Chandler. Just Chandler gave him a bump down this draft track. No, he tried to jump back in behind him and takes out Turner. He tried to jump back in behind him, but there was no room there at all. And that is going to cost that 29 dearly as he is falling back to 19th now. But your first caution of the night here on lap number 5 at Auto Club. But it's all been this number 19 Toyota Tundra so far of Brandon Dunford. He grabbed the pull and he is showing right now that he knows what he's doing here around Auto Club. As for some reason his number ain't showing up. That's kind of weird. There we go. Now his number is going to show up. I don't know what that was all about. But Brandon Dunford, the number 19, showing these guys the way here tonight. Coming to complete lap number 6 of 150. 300 miles here tonight. Still a lot of racing here in this one. There is no doubt about it. But just the racing incident there, it looked like, between David Chandler and John Turner. Just David stepped out, tried to jump back up behind him, but unfortunately here at Auto Club, with this draft-heavy track, he was relying on that draft, and he just he wasn't clear to make that move, and it sent that 28 truck a slide. But let's take a look back at your field behind our leader, Brandon Dunford. This is riding on that Toyota truck. It looks like they are gridding up here, starting to go back to double file, getting ready for your restart here at this one. The lights are off on that Ford Mustang iRacing pace car. He is going to lead the field through 1 and 2 here for the final caution lap here, as the drivers are going to be side by side, 2 by 2, all throughout the field here tonight. And you got the number 20 trying to catch up here to the field. Something's going on with that number 20 Chevy, but let's get back up to the front here, as we have got Brandon Dunford leading the field into turn number 3 and 4 here for this pace lap. But here they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be in the hands of that number 19 of Brandon Dunford to decide on when he goes inside the Geico restart zone. Green flag is going to be back out in the air here at Auto Club in this one. He's going to get a great start, as he's going to leave Jacob Cochran and Nicholas DeFrancisco behind him, and he is going to clear them heading into turn number 1. Nicholas trying to get that high side to work in that number 48 Lear Chevy Silverado with the number 99 behind him. Up in front of him, Jacob Cochran's going to jump in front of him in that number 3 Chevy Goodwrench Chevy Silverado. He's going to try and get that big draft. You can see these guys bobbing all the way down this long backstretch here at Auto Club, bouncing all around. It is a very bumpy track here, but that number 3 trying to hold his own, trying to not slide up. He's going to keep it underneath him. It got sketchy there for a second. Didn't know who was going to be able to hold on to what there, but they are going to get it cleaned out here tonight, and these drivers are going to continue some green flag racing. Absolutely loving to see some green flag racing here tonight after Daytona. That was kind of a caution fest, I can't even lie. The first 18 laps or so were good, but then after that, it was just a ton of cautions. But these drivers, the front 4, single file heading down the backstretch into turn number 3. There we go. Coming to complete lap number 10 of 150. I'm not sure why everything was showing the time there, but man, these drivers 2 by 2 through 1 and 2 in the front 4. That is Robert Babcock in the number 99 Target Toyota making the move for third. But here comes that 48 of the Lear coming back up there. Nicholas Donfrancesco giving a big push to that Toyota down the backstretch. Let's jump inside the cockpit here and see what Nicholas Donfrancesco is looking at. Let's go ahead and let's get his dashboard up here down the front stretch. 179 mile an hour. 185 as they head to the line here in gear number 4. These trucks only have 4 gears here as they're going to head into turn number 1. He's going to continue to use that high line in the high draft of the leader and third place of Cochran. But 163 mile an hour through turns 1 and 2. Big move by the 3. He got a little loose, I think, got the air taken off his nose, but a big save. Caution's going to come out once again here out back. Not sure what brought that one out, but it came out pretty quickly there. That's going to be the 5 of Christopher Thomas getting involved in that one here tonight. Let's go ahead and rewind this bad boy and see what brought out our caution here. Coming out of 2. Oh, several trucks involved in this one. It looks like somebody underneath the 5 to 30, it looks like, of Michael Hill. And that veteran Chevy Silverado just was underneath them a little bit and just slid up. Yep, that's all it was. And then, who was that? Someone just went way down low to try to avoid him, but I don't know. Couple sliding up cautions here tonight. Remember, these drivers only have 1 fast repair that they can use to their advantage tonight. Last week they had 3. This week they only have 1. And only 1 moving forward. So, pit road. Is it going to get busy here? It's looking like no one's really interested in coming down pit road here. I wouldn't be either, honestly, after just having a couple back-to-back cautions there. But under this caution, we are going to step away here for a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to bring you guys the green flag. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back for this one.
Before we running out of time, I can see us both flying around, chilling in a boat right by the coast. I can see our clothes down on the floor. I can see it all. Maybe we should both get set, go, take off.
Alright, the lights are off on the Ford Mustang as they come down the backstretch. They are going back racing this time here on this lap. Brandon Dunford continues to show the way here around this 2-mile track of Auto Club. Robert Babcock, what a race he is having so far in that number 99 Toyota Tundra as well. So once again, the Toyotas find themselves back on the front row. Brandon Dunford has not left that lead yet, but Robert Babcock has fallen back to 5th, but now he finds himself back up in 2nd. The pace car looking to make that hard left coming out of turn number 4 for the 2nd time tonight. He's going to get onto pit road, coming back to the green flag. It's going to be on Brandon Dunford. Green flag is going to be back out in the air here tonight. Big restart once again for Brandon Dunford. The 99 of Robert Babcock really making sure he does not jump that start, and I don't blame him because that is a black flag that you do not want. But he has got an absolute mirror full of that number 48 as he is not making it too easy on that restart, but trying to get up there and push him past this number 3 Chevy Silverado of Jacob Cochran. But right now, that number 3 is not making it easy. That high line is definitely the way to go around Auto Club, but they're showing that inside line is definitely still available. Oh, we're going to get overly close there between 2nd and 3rd. That got really tight there between Robert Babcock and Jacob Cochran there. The 3 and the 99 coming out of turn number 4. That got sketchy for both of those guys as they're still really close coming out of 2. Cochran sideways. He's going to save it coming out of 2. Babcock's going to have to chase it down the track. They're all going to keep it going straight. All the meanwhile, running down your leader of Brandon Dunford. Your front 5 leaders, single file once again here through the tri-oval. Brandon Dunford continuing to show the way here tonight. And it's still showing a caution. There it goes. It's going to clear out. There we go. But Robert Babcock, what a race he is having. I know I just said it, but I can't believe it. He's all over the rear bumper of the 19 coming out of turn number 2. Let's jump on the cockpit of Robert Babcock. Oh, the 19's in the wall. The 19 is in the wall. That is not what you want to do heading into turn number 3. And that is going to surrender to lead to Robert Babcock. The 19 is going to fall back to 4th, but Robert Babcock in the 99 is going to lead his first lap here in iRacing, here in the NEXXTCAR Racing League. Jeff Taylor finally working his way up to 5th, and Andrew Bolander in 6th. Matthew Erickson a second, back in 7th. Trenton Branson, mentioned him in the pre-race, making his debut here in the NEXXTCAR iRacing League. He's in 8th. Blake Thomas in 9th, and 10th is going to be Zachary Brooks. David Chandler finding himself outside the top 10 back there in 11th. So, bunch of these guys that showed a lot of speed and a lot of skills last week right now, finding themselves way back in the back. Especially J.D. Larson in at number 18, finding himself in 13th. As we got a big run for the 3 heading into turn number 1. He's going to take that big push from the 48 of Don Francesco. He's going to try and carry that momentum. They're all going to be sideways. Robert's really sideways in the lead. Here comes the 3. Where does he take this run? He's going to go to the inside. Where does the 48 go? He's going to try and play both lines here. And they're going to be side by side heading into turn number 3 for the lead. Here comes the 48 with a big run on the outside. Where does he go coming out of 4? He's going to stay behind Babcock as you see Cochran taking the lead here in this one. Coming by to complete lap number 19 here tonight. But here comes Robert, not backing down in that number 99. He's coming right back for that lead, trying to use that middle line here as you see him fanned out 3 wide out back. But here comes that 48, leaving the 99 a little bit of room to try to jump back up there as you see Bolander making it side by side with the 11 of Taylor back there for 5th. Andrew trying to claw his way up inside the top 5. But right now, the action, all right here, as these guys are all spread up using all lanes of this track, inch by inch. Big save by Babcock coming off of turn number 4. That was a huge save by Robert coming out of 4. But we got side by side for the lead here. Nicholas Don Francesco going underneath Cochran. He's going to take the lead. He's going to really clear him. But he's going to slide up, try to slide job. Here comes the 3 trying to get back underneath him. Cochran making the big move in that 3 truck, trying to get back underneath him. Could not make it happen. But these drivers are racing like it's the last 5 laps of this one. Side by side. Slide jobs. We got several guys up in the wall. Jacob Cochran, who was just battling for the lead in that number 3, finds himself up in the wall heading into turn number 3. We have seen it several times here tonight where the guys leading just carry too much speed into the turn and hit that wall. Not what you want to do. Big damage on that number 3 right side. You see on the right rear quarter panel underneath Goodwrench Service, some big damage on that quarter panel. But let's get back to the action up front between Don Francisco, Babcock, Dunford, Bolander, and Erickson. Jeff Taylor's going to fall back to 6th. Erickson is going to climb his way up into the top 5. But here comes Andrew Bolander, making his presence felt here in the top 5. Your reigning Cup Series champion here in NEXXTCAR, making his Truck Series debut, and he is finding his way up here in the top 4. I talked to him in pre-race, and he said he did not feel very confident. Well, Andrew, you could fool me now because you are up here in the top 3. Don't look at it now, but keep going, my man, and you are going to just barely squeeze up there in front of Brandon Dunford in the backstretch, and that number 19, who's going to be all over the back bumper of the number 2 heading into 3. They're going to work together. I thought for sure that 19 was going to go with the 99, being they're both Toyotas, but he's going to go down there with Bolander, and he's going to give Andrew the big push. We see Babcock into the wall now as well. So that outside wall coming out of turn number 4 continues to be problems here for several of these guys. Babcock back into the wall here in the number 99, but let's get back up front as he's going to fall all the way back to 8th. Right now, that top 5 is not where you want to be, as that outside wall coming out of turn number 4 is not being nice to these guys in the top 5. But right now, Andrew Bolander trying to run down Nicholas Don Francesco here in this one. Brandon Dunford, who led so many laps to open this race after getting the pole with an absolutely amazing lap, is going to fall back in 3rd right now. But right now, Andrew Bolander, no, never mind, I take that back. Jeff Taylor in that number 11 right now is tied with J.D. Larson back in 11th as your biggest movers of the race, plus 7 so far tonight. So several of these guys showing, hey, we got some speed if we can make some things happen here. And we got J.D. Larson going around just as we jump on him. Caution's going to come out again tonight. But, oh, man, just as we jump on him, just as we were talking about him, and major damage on that number 18 Toyota Tundra. We were just talking about him just as we went to watch him. Let's back this one up and see what transpired with that number 18 Toyota. You see a bunch of guys trying to run that high line. He gets into the wall. That has been a problem and nowhere to go for the guys out back. 18 got up into the wall and just nowhere for anyone else to go. Man, we have seen that time after time. This time through turns 1 and 2. It's been getting into turn 3 that's been an issue for these guys. But tonight, or this one rather, it was turn number 1 that was not playing nice. But major damage for the number 18 Toyota. He better hope he's got some fast repairs available because he needs it after that one. But Nicholas Don Francesco leading here tonight. Just completed lap 25 of 150. So 125 laps to go here. Still a lot of racing. And pit road is gonna be busy here in this one. Let's jump on the pit road camera and watch the field go by as they all come down to grab some 4 fresh tires and fill their trucks up with Sunoco gas as they are all going to make their way onto pit road. Only one guy has stayed out so far. That is John Turner in the number 29. Interesting call there. Well, he did get spun earlier. So, it's going to be a interesting call there for him. And there's the 18 making his way onto pit road. But right now, the 48 is going to lead the field out of pit road. The 19, the 2, the 11, then the 28, then the 24. But I just cannot believe how much these outside walls have been a problem for these guys here tonight. That is not something I expected, but it is showing that it is going to be an issue here tonight. The wind has dropped down to just 6 miles an hour, and the track temp has fallen down to 78. So they're getting some more grip into this track. Obviously, the lower the track temp, the more grip there is, the higher, the slicker it is. 65-degree air temperature, 78 degrees track temp. Partly cloudy here. So these guys, and there is John Turner making his way onto pit road here. So not exactly sure why he waited so long, rather, to come down and make his pit stop. But John Turner in that number 29 is going to make his way to pit road. Surrendering the lead back to Nicholas Donfrancesco. Brandon Dunford second. Andrew Bolander third, Jeff Taylor fourth, and Matthew Erickson, your Daytona winner, rounding out your top 5. But the lights are off on the pace car as they come through 1 and 2 once again here tonight. For the 3rd caution here in this one. And really, all of them have been because of... they've all been kind of because of the outside wall. This one was. It's been an issue for these guys tonight. Something that I just mentioned that I didn't think was going to be an issue, but these guys are showing that it is. And they're going to have to figure that out because you've seen several of these guys, especially the guys up in the top 5. I don't know if it's the draft down the long backstretch that has given them that huge momentum into turn number 3 that they're not able to hold it down there out of the wall. But these guys are going to have to try to get it figured out here tonight. Because they only have one fast repair. So you can't take too many hits to the outside wall there. But the Ford Mustang hooking that hard left. Coming out of turn number 4. There it is. Going to give the field back to the number 48. As he is going to lead the guys back to the Geico restart zone. Green flag is going to be back out in the air for another restart here. Another great restart for the leader as they head out of the tri-oval down into turn number 1. But here comes the field coming into turn number 1. It's going to be the 19 and the 2. Side by side. The 19 is going to dive to the inside line. Leaving the 11 leaving the charge on the I-line. But he is going to jump down there in front of Andrew Bolander. Here comes the 11 of Jeff Taylor. He's going to clear the 28 underneath him. He's going to slide up in front of David Chandler. But Robert Babcock is going to be back in 7th right now. Excuse me. We have seen him absolutely have a very fast truck here tonight. But right now, after getting into that wall, he's sideways. The 28's going to skid sideways. Matthew Erickson's going to save it off of pit road. He's going to save it through the grass. No caution. We stay caution free here right now, but a big save by the 28 there. Brandon Dunford has got an absolute mirror full of Nick in his rearview mirror in that number 48 with a mirror full in the number 2 behind him. Let's go ahead and let's jump on board this number 2 truck. Or I'm sorry, the 2nd place truck, the number 48, and see what he is doing here tonight. Let's get his dashboard up. 170 mile an hour coming out of turn number 4. You're going to see that skyrocket as he's going to get the draft off that 19 in front of him. and he is going to get a big run through the tri-oval. He's going to take that run to the outside. Trying to take that high line run to the outside to try to get past him. But that high line is going to prevail one more time here. But here comes the 2 of Bolander. But Matthew Erickson, after that big save coming out of turn number 4, big save on his part. He's going to find himself back in 13th. As you've got Zachary Brooks in that number 22. He's on pit road. John Turner in 16th. He's a lap down. Emos a lap down. And Parker in that number 20, 2 laps down. We saw him just cruising around with a bunch of damage in that number 20. Definitely not the race he was looking for. But right now, he is just carrying around from Detroit, Michigan, down there in the 18th position, 2 laps down. But let's get back up to the front here. Side by side, heading into turn number 3 for the lead. The 48 down low, the 19 outside, the 2 staying in their draft, but letting something, if it happens, happen in front of him, and then he's going to make his move. I've raced with Andrew for many years in that number 2 truck. I know his racing style, and there goes the 19 to the outside, trying to get that high line to work as he's really up against that wall now. Brandon Dunford really showing the high line how it's done. He's going to try to get that big run. He's going to really get that big run. He's going to be side by side. He's going to take the lead. Can Don Francisco jump in behind him and in front of the 2? He's not going to. He's going to continue to run that bottom line. He's actually going to go in the middle this time. He's going to be stuck right in the dirty air of that 19. It's going to be exciting to see. And there's the dirty air, the 48. Big save. We were just talking about, I was going to say how exciting it was going to be to see what that dirty air does to that 48. Well, we just saw exactly what it's going to do to that 48. Big save by him. But here comes Andrew trying to take advantage of it. And look who's right behind them. Robert Babcock in that number 99 Target Toyota Tundra. Trying to claw his way back up there. And here comes Andrew. Oh, Andrew barely was clear to make that move. Don Francisco, big slide job on the 2. But they're going to keep it going straight. And that was very sketchy there, that one, boys. But they're going to keep it going straight. Andrew trying to get that inside line to work. He's going to keep it going. Now can he repay the slide job? He's going to out of turn number 4. Much more clear this time in front of Nick. Nick did not cut Andrew much of a break there coming out of 2 that last time with that slide job. But here they come right back at Dunford, who's trying to use that high line to his advantage right now. Side by side for the lead down the backstretch. Dunford outside. Bolander inside. Where does Don Francisco go? He's going to go to the high line. Don Francisco, you could throw a blanket over your top 3 right now. And here comes Babcock trying to make his presence felt here at Auto Club. Dunford's going to drop down in front of Bolander to block him. He's going to jump back up to the high line. I don't know if he wanted to go to the high line. You saw him hit those bumps on that apron, and that kind of shot his truck back up the track. I don't know if he was planning on it, but lap traffic going to play a factor here coming out of turn number 2. The 97 of Slonacker going to hold it down low. He's going to go down a lap, but these guys all still battling. 3 versus 1 on the high line versus the inside. Bolander's going to fall back to 3rd, but he's going to try and work his way back up. His good friend Babcock, that's Robert Babcock, is going to try to work with him, try to get him back up there. And here comes Andrew as a 19 with another dive down to that apron through the tri-oval is going to lead us to complete lap 37 here tonight. Lap 37, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the NEXXTCAR It Up. 37 laps, coming to complete lap 37 this time. At the completion of this lap, I think it's time to NEXXTCAR it up here in this one. These drivers, I don't know if I want to step away though. These guys still 4 under a blanket here for the lead. The top 4 only separated by 0.3 of a second. Here comes Babcock with a big run out of turn number 4. They're going to be almost 3 wide heading down the tri-oval. But Babcock and Don Francisco, he's going to really fall back there in that number 48. He's going to fall back. to 4th, but that is going to give the lead back to Dunford. Not a comfortable lead, but right now you'll take any kind of clear racing you can get and not be racing side by side with these guys. These guys are not worried about saving tires here right now. But Bolander still continuing to try to get that inside line to work. There he goes. Can he clear the 19? The 19's going to get that big run out of turn number 4. He's going to get back to the lead. But Bolander still trying to hold his own on that inside line. And at number 2, Bad Boy Mowers Chevy Silverado. Andrew is going to clear the 19 out of turn number 2. He's going to try to run. Oh, big move by the 48. They're going to be 3 wide heading into turn number 3. 3 wide for the leaders. Bolander middle. Francisco inside. It is going to be Dunford outside. Who's going to fall back? They're going to still be 3 wide coming down the trial. Well, who is going to lead this one? It's going to be Andrew Bolander leading his first laps here on iRacing. 3 wide through the trioval that time. These guys are racing like it is the last lap here tonight as they are racing to go spray the champagne in victory lane. But they still got 110 laps in this one. And these guys are leaving it all out on the track right now. And here comes Dunford back on the inside trying to make the pass. Here comes Don Francisco on the outside. Lap traffic. How much of a factor does it play? It's going to play a big factor as they're all going to have to spread to try to miss him. Emus into 13. Almost. Just almost. But here comes the 48 as he's going to get on the inside of Bolander using the advantage off that, off the lapped car. The 48 doing it all on his own on his inside line as he got the 13 really loose down the backstretch right there. A lot of damage on that truck. But right now, 13 drivers on the lead lap. Another caution, and you'll get a couple lucky dogs with the 14. Slide job on the 2. Big slide job that time. These drivers are leaving it all out on the table right now. The top 3 separated by 3/100ths of a second. Single file for your top 3. Single file for 4th, 5th, and 6th on back. Let's jump back here and see what's going on. You got Robert Babcock. Big damage on the right front of that number 99 Toyota Tundra. So he's definitely fighting some major damage. But let's give a shout out to the number 24 Trenton Branson making his debut here on iRacing here in NEXXTCAR. You guys know him from NASCAR Heat as Pierce Posse. And he has come out here tonight. And he has found himself up there in the top 4. As he got very close to the outside wall right there. That got pretty close there. But Trenton Branson trying to use the draft off that number 13 to pull him around this 2-mile track here down that long backstretch heading into turn number 3. Well, let's jump back up front to your side-by-side battle. You got Dunford, Don Francisco, and Bolander. All bumper to bumper in this one. Let's jump on the excuse me, let's jump on here with Bolander. He's running about a line lower than Don Francisco through 1 and 2. Don Francisco with a big move. Power move to the inside of Dunford. This is going to get sketchy though. Trying to use the draft off the lap car in front of him. They're going to come through 3 and 4. He's going to use the lap draft perfectly as they are going to pass him, and they are going to get single file as Don Francisco, the number 48, is going to try to clear his way to the lead. But here comes Dunford right back saying, no, sir, not yet. Am I willing to give up this lead? Side-by-side action continues here out front. Man, this is the kind of racing from these guys that I was looking forward to all week long. These guys had a lot to prove from last week at Daytona, as it was, I'm not even going to lay back, it was atrocious what we saw last week from these guys. But these guys have come out and they have showed exactly why they belong in NEXXTCAR. And these guys, especially your top three, all field wide. These guys are showing why they belong in NEXXTCAR rather. And it has been a really clean race so far. Right now, just Parker and Cochran, your two drivers out of this one. Like I said pre-race, we had to join as a driver, so we obviously don't count down there in 20th. But these guys still side by side, bumper to bumper for the lead here tonight. 45 laps completed. And these guys are racing like they're coming to the checkered flag here in this one. Dunford trying to make that inside line work here as they continue to try to get things situated here up front. But none of these top three want to give up the lead. And I don't blame them. It is definitely an honor to lead here at NEXXTCAR. You're seeing just how big of a deal it is as these guys are struggling to try to lead a lap. It's always going to come down to obviously only one guy able to lead a lap, but these lead changes have been impressive here tonight. The 19's going to slide up in front of the 2. I didn't know if there was a hole, but he made a hole, and he's going to slide up there, but Don Francisco's going to pull out by about 2 car lengths here, heading into turn number 3, and here comes Dunford, and here comes Bolander even lower. The racing in this one, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys were tuned in last week at Daytona, you saw that it was not the greatest, but these guys here tonight are putting on one heck of a show. These guys are absolutely showing how it is done. These top three are racing hard, they're racing clean, and that is what you love to see, not only as a league owner, but as the booth broadcaster as well. It is showing that the racing has improved so much from heat over to iRacing, and this is a huge project of it. It's 3 wide. The guy on the outside, that number 29, is not a lead car. He is going a lap down. That is the number 29. I just said going a lap down. John Turner. But Brandon Dunford still trying to make that inside line work, as we're still getting steam things popping up in the bottom right corner. I apologize for those. I'm not exactly sure why those are popping up, but apparently someone's enjoying that FIFA game. But coming to start lap 50 this time, these drivers are just laying it all out on the line. Trenton Branson, the guy in 4th, 3.89 seconds out back. David Chandler in 5th, 9 seconds behind. A lot of action going on around David Chandler, though. We got big carnage out back. Matt Erickson. It looks like Cole Howard involved. The 99 of Robert Babcock, who found himself running up front most of this race. Big carnage coming out of turn number 4. The 4th caution of the night here at Auto Club is going to take a lot of damage of these guys. Robert Babcock in that Target Toyota Tundra, the number 99, started in 2nd, found himself up there a lot tonight, but already a lot of damage. We talked about it earlier, a lot of damage. You can see it right there on the right side of that Toyota. Well, he just got loose. And the 52, nowhere to go. Horrific crash for the 52. Absolutely horrific crash for both of these guys. Oh, man. And the 52 had no idea it was even coming. Let's jump on board. That is Cole Howard. Let's jump into the cockpit here with him and see what he saw in this one. Coming through 3 and 4. No idea the 99 is going to do that. Comes up in front of him. And carnage up into the catch fence. Almost flipping over back onto all fours. But the caution flies for the 4th time in this one. Man, oh man. That is not what you want to see. That is not what you want to see here tonight. But lap 50 out of 150. 100 laps left in this one. Let's see if we can't dial up your Daytona winner. Matthew Erickson, it's Ronnie up in the booth. You got me, buddy? All right, well, apparently his audio is not working. Nicholas, you got me, my man. All right, apparently nobody's audio is working here. Not sure what's going on there, but caution is out for the 4th time here in this one.
Ronnie, we can't hear you, just to let you know.
You can or cannot?
I can. I can. I'm on all teams.
Copy that.
iRacing default all teams is off, so we should probably add that in the pre-race meetings to turn that on.
Copy that. Appreciate the feedback, boys.
Hey, not a problem, buddy.
Well, for those of you that can hear me, this has been some great racing here tonight. This is exactly what I was looking forward to all week after Daytona. Keep it up.
Ronnie, we appreciate it.
But, man, back in this one. And how about Stanley Thomas right now in that number 92 Chevy Silverado being scored your leader in that Red Bull? Pretty quiet race so far for him. It looks like he's got a little bit of damage on that right side. You can see it between the front and rear wheel wells. Pretty scuffed up there. But you can see a couple guys getting their wave around right there. But these guys have put on one heck of a show here tonight as the lights are off on the pace car. Stanley Thomas, the last time he pitted was lap 27. So he has got a lot older tires than everybody around him. Everyone else pitted on lap 51 here. Well, he is going to find out just how new tires are huge. But I like the call. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I absolutely like the call by that number 92 to stay out. Tires are huge. You got 5 sets of tires here tonight. You don't want to get through all of these tires. So these guys are definitely going to have to be careful. And that 92 is definitely going to have to watch that mirror that he does not get ran over. That is for sure. But coming out at turn number 4 here. The pace car hooking that hard left on the pit road. Gonna give control to the 92 of Stanley Thomas. Green flag is gonna be back out in the air at Auto Club. He's gonna spin the tires on these old tires. He's gonna get it going though. But he almost got ran over from behind, spinning the tires. Here comes the 48 of Nicholas Don Francesco to the outside. He does not want to get stuck behind Thomas for long. But Thomas slides up 3 wide for the lead coming out of 2. Bolander down low. He's going to slide up. Here comes the 19 of Dunford. These guys are absolutely putting it all on the line right now. Here comes the one of David Chandler, the 4th, in the number 1 truck around the outside, trying to get around that 92. The 92 still holding his own right now. Oh, we got the 99 around. Caution might be back out, and it is. The 99 of Robert Babcock, after starting in 2nd, is going to lose control coming out of turn number 4. We saw it at the top of the screen. Let's rewind it here and see what exactly transpired. The 18's going to slip up. And the 99, I don't know about that one. That, I don't know. Let's slow it down here a little bit. You got the 18 right there, the white DSR sliding up. Then you got the Target or Toyota down low. That's Robert Babcock. The 18's coming down. Robert's going up. They just kind of meet in the middle, and the 99 pounds that outside wall. Man, hard hit for the 99 here tonight. Started in second, clearly had a very fast truck in this one. But not the end he is going to want here tonight. But fifth caution of the night here. Nicholas Don Francesco continues to lead his way around Auto Club here tonight. Been a really good performance out of your top 5 tonight. But we are going to step away here for a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back here to bring you guys the green flag here in this one. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Can I trust what I'm given? My faith still needs a gun. Whose ammunition justifies the wrong? And I can't see from the backseat, so I'm asking from above. Can I trust what I'm given, even when it cuts? So heaven, if you sent us down, so we can build a playground for the sinners to play as saints. You'd be so proud of what we made. I hope you got some beds around, 'cause you're the only refuge now for every mother and every child, every brother that's caught in the crossfire. It's caught in the crossfire. It's caught in the crossfire. Caught on the cross.
Yeah, let's go. I'm unstoppable, do the impossible. I'm irresponsible, yet I'm phenomenal. I got an arsenal, I'm dropping bombs, you know. No, I'm not stopping, no. Conquer the obstacle. To the top, here I go, think I'm chosen to be the king of rock, think the people have spoken. I can hear the tick-tock of the clock, I'm in motion. So now I'm gonna pop, causing all this commotion.
Yeah, sometimes I think that I'm unstoppable. Yeah, ready to go, man, lock and load. That's right, I swear to God that I could drop it, bro. Yeah, I got a shot and I ain't stopping, no. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. Yeah, let's go.
All right, coming back to the green flag here tonight. You guys saw we had to clear a black flag real quick. That's what that popped up for. But these drivers have been absolutely amazing here tonight. Lights off on that Ford Mustang here coming out of turn number 4. It is going to be a Chevy front here tonight. Don Francisco first, Andrew Bolander second. Green flag is going to be back out in the air here at Auto Club. Big restart for the 48. Andrew Bolander's really going to lay back. It's going to be interesting to watch this one, though. Stanley Thomas in at number 92. You guys saw he did not pit that last time. Well, now he has, and he now has the freshest tires on this racetrack. So that number 92, it's going to be interesting to see how he works his way through this field. Everyone else pitted on lap 51. Well, he has the first fresh set of tires here in that 57. Or lap 57, rather. As you can see, the 19, Brandon Dunford, back here as well. He pitted on lap 56, a lap before him. As you see him 3 wide here. J.D. Larson, back on the lead lap in this one. This is exactly why you do not back out of this one. You saw JD get into that big crash earlier. Well, he is back in this one. He's used his quick repair, and he is back out there in the top 8, running 2.25 seconds behind the leader. But up front, it is Don Francisco and Andrew Bolander. And how about Trenton Branson making his way up towards the front? He's up there in the top 3. Trying to work with these guys, trying to figure out how they're going so fast and what they're doing that he is not, and trying to figure out what exactly he can learn. But right now, you see, Dunford back there in 5th. He was one of the ones that was up there battling in the top 3 for this win for the majority of this race so far. But right now, he is finding himself back in 5th, so it's going to be interesting to see how he battles his way up through this field. $60 of 150 completed here tonight in this one. It has been a really clean race so far. As you see, the 28 really pushing on the 19. The 28 was involved in the crash as well. Matthew Erickson working his way back up inside the top 5. But right now, it is time to NEXXTCAR it up. It is an 8-car breakaway out front here in this one. Single file down the backstretch, side by side out back. 8 cars, 8 trucks leading the way around this one. Now they're going to fan out here heading through 3 and 4. But coming to complete lap 65 of 150 here tonight. Still a lot of racing left in this one. But right now, Don Francisco, Bullender, Dunford, all back up front, 1, 2, 3. Trenton Branson, 4th. Matthew Erickson, 5th. Jeff Taylor, 6th. David Chandler, the 4th and 7th. Excuse me. 8th is going to be Christopher Thomas. 9th, J.D. Larson. Michael Hill rounding out your top 10. Stanley Thomas back there in 11th. Cole Howard, 12th, 1 lap down. Turner, that is going to be John Turner in the 29 back there in 13th. Those two 1 lap down. Zach Brooks in 14th, 2 laps down. Johnny Moose in 15th, 7 laps down, racing Dustin Slonacker, who's also 7 laps down. Out of this race, he started in 2nd. Actually, he's not out. I'm sorry. I thought that said he was out, but Robert Babcock still on pit road trying to get the damage fixed. Definitely not the outing he wanted here tonight, as he started in 2nd, but has just not had the greatest success here. It all started when he got into the outside wall, and then ever since then, he was not able to rebound. So Robert Babcock, the last truck out there in 17th. When he returns, he is going to be several laps down in this one. But you also got Parker and Cochran out of this one in 18th and 19th. But the racing tonight, like I said earlier, this is everything you could hope for after watching last week at Daytona. These guys have definitely put on one heck of a show here tonight. But there goes Dunford back to the inside of the 48. Don Francisco outside. Bolander stuck in the middle. Erickson right behind these guys in 4th. Jeff Taylor in 5th as Branson is going to fall back to 6th. Side by side once again. Andrew goes up high with the Chevy, leaving the Toyota all by himself. Slide job for the 19. The 48 goes to the inside with the crossover. Side by side down the backstretch. Side by side heading into turn number 3. The 48's going to clear the 19. He's going to get on that apron a little bit. He's going to be able to save it. He's going to keep it under control. Slides up the track in front of the 19. Here comes the 19 right back at him. Let's jump inside the cockpit with Nicholas Don Francesco and watch the slide job the 19 is going to put on him right there. And then let's look at the move, or the run he's going to get heading down this long backstretch where you get so much draft heading into turn number 3. Right on the back bumper of Dunford heading into 3. You get so much draft down this backstretch here at Auto Club that I think that is why a lot of these guys were hitting the wall heading into turn number 3. That momentum just carried them big time. And it was definitely a big factor of these guys. Dunford goes up high. Where does Don Francisco go? He's going to stay in his dirty air. Here comes Bolander right behind him. Let's jump into gyro here of Don Francisco's number 48 Chevy. He's going to take it. He's going to stay on that high line right behind the 19. Still in that dirty air as the 19 continues to take that line away from him. But he's still running right there with him. Let's jump on the nose of the number 48. You can see he's trying to run the draft with the 19. But in the turns, you got to go outside. You cannot try to run with him here. Let's see where he goes. The 19, he's going to go to the high line. The 48 going to go a line lower. He's going to not be able to get up there to him, but they're going to continue. The 19's going to save it. Looked like he got a little loose there. I might be wrong, but it looked like he got a little sideways coming out of turn number 2. But Andrew Bolander now back on the back bumper of the 48 truck. As you see, David Chandler in the 14th position, and the number 1 truck is out of the race. David Chandler, something amiss with the number 1 truck. After an absolutely amazing run that he was having, up there in the top 5 for a lot of this one, now out of this race here at Auto Club. Not exactly sure what happened to that number 1 truck, but man. You hate to see it, you really do. But the front 3 continue to run side by side, bumper to bumper. Here comes the 2 truck trying to make a big move on them here, heading through 1 and 2. Not able to get to them, but they are starting to break away now from Jeff Taylor in that, or I'm sorry, Matt Erickson in the 4th position. Jeff Taylor is in 5th. Matt Erickson, your Daytona winner. Can he go back to back here tonight? But back up front, it's a 3-way battle as it has been most of tonight. It is a 7-car breakaway now for the front. J.D. Larson back in 7th, plus 11. He is your biggest mover of the race so far. So big run for him tonight, plus 11. Your biggest loser, I hate to bring it up, but it is Robert Babcock. Minus 15 here. He started in 2nd, but now finds himself on pit road getting damage fixed. But Trenton Branson, he is the last guy here in the lead pack. You can see him in that number 24. He found himself up there for a little bit, up there in the top 3. But right now just does not have anything to show for those guys. Running around in the 6th position right now as that 52 truck is a lap down. That is Cole Howard. He is 1 lap down. But right now, Trenton Branson is in 6th, the tail end of the front pack here. So still hanging on with these guys. But right now it is all the Dunford, Don Francisco, and Bolander show as they continue to run side by side, bumper to bumper, as the 97 of Slownacker down there on the apron. You can see right there, Brandon Dunford has had the fastest lap of the race with a 40.84. That is moving right there. 40.84 for Dunford. But your top 3 continue to run side by side, bumper to bumper. These drivers have put it all out there tonight. Coming to complete lap 78 of 150. Still a lot of racing in this one. Those of y'all who are still tuned in on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook Gaming, 316 of you guys. I absolutely appreciate it. The league appreciates it. Continue getting these views in because you guys are helping not only myself, you're helping this league, and it is awesome to see everybody who is tuned in here tonight to watch the show that these drivers are putting on tonight. Last week at Daytona, it was a frenzy of a race. There's no doubt about it. But tonight, these drivers have cleaned it up big time, and this is exactly the racing we envisioned with the move over to iRacing. This is the racing that you did not see a whole lot of on Heat, but these guys are showing it here tonight. As you can see, the sun is now shining on some of this track here tonight. So that track temp is probably going to start going up a little bit. Actually, it's dropping. 71 degrees so far right now with that track temp. 65 air temp. The wind back up to 14 mile an hour. So that wind still playing effect here tonight with these guys. But turns 3 and 4, a little bit of sun. Right there on the exit of 4, you got some sun. And on the entrance of 3, you got some sun. Turns 1 and 2, still under that partly cloudy sky. So 2 different style of corners here tonight that these drivers are having to deal with. And that is all but going to help these guys. But right now, that 22 truck is about to go a lap down. That is Zachary Brooks. About to go 4 laps down here as they head out of turn number 2. Dunford trying to use the draft off of Brooks to pull him around as much as he can. And he is definitely getting a little bit ahead as Don Francisco and Bolander falling back a little bit. But Bolander moving to the inside of Don Francisco. Not going to be able to do anything with it. That high line still prevailing here late in this one as we are coming up on the halfway point of this race. Dunford, a little scrape with the wall. We've seen a lot of guys tonight do that, but he got extremely close that time. I don't know if he actually made contact with it or not, but it got extremely close there for him. But he is going to hang on to the lead. As it looks like David Chandler is going to actually return in that number 1 truck. You saw him leave for a little bit, but he is going to get it figured out. He is back on the track. So something was amiss on that number 1 Toyota Tundra, but he is back out there 5 laps down. Good to see guys return when something happens to the truck. You know, just like Robert Babcock. You know, he's got a ton of damage still sitting on pit road, but it is awesome to see these guys waiting it out, and when they get damaged, they're returning to the track and everything. So kudos to those guys, man, for having the patience and everything to sit there and wait for it. But it is still the DBD show. The Dunford, Bolander, and Don Francisco here on this one. Coming to complete lap 84 this time. We're going to step away here for a quick break. I need to go get some water. I will be right back here. Don't go anywhere, as we will be right back to continue here at the Auto Club Speedway.
Caught in the crossfire. Train my luck to know while he's caught in the crossfire. And I'm here waking up to the sun and the sound of birds. Society's anxiety, deprives of all that we're blessed with. We just can't get enough, no. Heaven, if you sent us down so we could build a playground for the sinners who play as saints. You'd be so proud of what we made. I hope you got some beds around, 'cause you're the only refuge now. For every mother, every child, every brother is caught in the crossfire. Trust what I'm given. My faith still needs a gun. Whose ammunition? justifies the wrong. And I can't see from the backseat, so I'm asking from above. Can I trust what I'm given, even when it cuts? So heaven, if you sent us down, so we can build a playground for the sinners to play as saints. You'd be so proud of what we made. I hope you got some beds around, 'cause you're the only refuge now for every mother and every child, every brother that's caught in the crossfire.
All right, back here at Auto Club Speedway, lap 88 of 150. Nicholas Don Francisco, major implications for him. He has fallen back to fourth. Jeff Taylor taking full advantage, jumping up to third, but it continues to be Dunford and Bolander here tonight. 0.16 separate them, as you see David Chandler the fourth making the move, trying to get one of his laps back now. Only 4 laps down in this one. But Nicholas Don Francesco trying to work his way back up there, as now he is trying to pass Jeff Taylor, trying to get back up there in that podium top 3. And there he goes. He's going to try to make the pass on the inside. We've seen where that inside line, it works on the entrance of these corners, but on the exit, it's all that high line. And you can see here comes the 11 trying to get that big run. Not going to be able to get it as the 48 does a brilliant job of clearing him. But let's jump back up front where the action is. Still bumper to bumper for your leaders. Dunford has had himself one heck of a race here tonight. Bolander has also done the same. Let's go ahead and let's go through your NEXXTCAR Truck Series field, starting with your current leader, Brandon Dunford. What an absolute show he has put on tonight. He started on the pole, and he's currently leading the race, coming to complete lap 90 out of 150 in that Toyota Tundra. He has shown these guys that he knows his way around this track after putting down a brilliant qualifying lap that got himself the pole, and he has not slowed down at all. As we got caution in front of the leaders, caution's going to come out right in front of the leaders. Right in front of the leaders coming out of the tri-oval. Let's back it up here and see what transpired. We saw the smoke right there, but I'm going to be honest, I didn't really think anything of it. Let's try and see if we can't figure out who exactly that was that got caught up in this one. As we are losing our cameras here. There we go. All right, let's back it up here. That is the 92. Back in it. Stanley Thomas, after staying out, getting fresh tires earlier, up in this one. Let's back it up and see what happened in this one. There's where all that smoke came from. Oh, several incidents with that 92 truck. All the way back off of turn number 4. I think he was coming to pit road and loses it. Trying to come to pit road, overshoots the pit lane, goes through the grass, and once you get into the grass, it's over. You're just kind of along for the ride there. Spins it, trying to get out of the grass, back up to speed, gets back up going on the track, but just spins it once again as trying to get back up to speed, locks him up, but hits the wall, and the caution flies once again here tonight. Right in front of the leaders, the 92. That got sketchy right here, right in front of the leaders he goes. Man, that got sketchy. Not even going to lie. As we got Brandon Dunford, Bolander, Jeff Taylor, pretty much everybody coming to pit road here. A lot of people 1 lap down got caught in the middle of a pit cycle, it looks like. Wow. The caution came out.
Hey, Ronnie, is there any way I can get my EOL cleared because I was already committed pit road when the yellow came out?
Copy that. Do you know if anyone else has that same? Do you mind asking everybody?
Yeah, I can. Give me just a second.
Thank you, sir.
Is there anybody else that needs EOL cleared for being committed pit road as the yellow flew?
Yours should be clear, Trenton.
The only other one that got it was Matt, but he said he was good with just taking it.
Matthew Erickson.
Yeah.
Copy that. His is cleared.
Alright, sounds good. He's the only other that said anything, so I assume everybody else is good.
Okay.
Hey, Ronnie.
What's going on?
Hey, I got a question, and it's cool if you want it this way. I was in 7th, lagged out, came back, was in 14th, and 5 laps down. Now, we can chalk that up to a tough luck, and I understand that. That's cool. I was just curious, is there any way I can get put back on lead lap? If not, it's no big deal.
If I will give you... How many pace laps do you guys still have?
1 to green.
All right. I will give you a wave around right now. Let me know if it works. And then if we get another caution, I'm writing your name down here. I will give you another wave round. I just don't want to mess the system up like I did the other night. That's all.
Yeah, no, I completely understand. I would have understood if you were like, well, that sucks, but it is what it is. If you can do that, that's awesome. I'm 3 laps down. Like I said, I wouldn't even be asking if I wasn't even in the top 10 when it happened.
Yeah, I was wondering what happened to you because it just popped up that you were out and then you came back 5 laps down. I was like, well, that's interesting.
Dude, I have never, ever lagged out of an iRacing session ever in my life.
Yeah, that's
of playing.
That's weird.
And it did it today, so I have no fucking clue. So, but yeah, if that could be arranged, that'd be awesome. So like I said, I'm 3 laps down right now. So, yeah. So I appreciate it, Ronnie. Thank you.
Nope, no problem, buddy.
All right, man. Let's go back to my other one here.
All right, there you have it. Still running race control here, but coming to the green flag this time. We're kind of a jack of all trades tonight. But pace car hooking that hard left coming out of turn number 4. Giving control back to that 48. He's going to get going. Green flag's going to be back out here at Auto Club as they head into the Geico restart zone. The 19's going to lay back trying to not get that jump into start penalty. I do not blame him at all. But green flag is back out in this one. Brandon Dunford up to 2nd. Jeff Taylor working his way up into 3rd. Andrew Bolander 4th. And how about... Oh, save it, Jeff Taylor. Just as we were talking about, caution's going to fly back out in this one. Major crashing happening. No caution. We stay green. How was that not a caution? I will never know how that was not a caution. Wow. That was not pretty. But 6 trucks on the lead lap right now. Jeff Taylor, we just talked about how he was doing so good up in 3rd. But man, we need to stop talking about how good people are doing because every time we talk about them, mayhem happens with them. But back to the top 3. The DVD show once again. Dunford going for the pass on the lead. Don Francisco 2nd. Bolander 3rd. And how about that number 30 Chevy Silverado of Michael Hill working his way up? We saw him have some issues early on in this race. He used the fast repair, and he is getting that Remember Our Veteran Chevy Silverado up there in the 4th position. What a race he is having in that number 30 truck here tonight. But he's got an absolute miracle of the guy in 5th, J.D. Larson. The man led the first 18 laps at Daytona last week. Did not get the result to show for it, but he is definitely coming out looking to rebound here in this one. In that number 18 Monster Toyota Tundra, working his way up into that 4th position. But I still don't know how that was not a caution. We stay green, track stays clear. We got the top 3 back to battling here. We got 15th, 16th, and 17th all on pit road. 14th, 7 laps down. 13th, 3 laps down. Zachary Brooks in 12th, 3 laps down. Stanley Thomas in 11th, 2 laps down. Everyone else 7th to 10th, 1 lap down. So a lot of guys going to be battling for that lead lap lucky dog position. But we got the 28 up into the wall. That's Matthew Erickson. That's not at all what he wanted to do in that big-ass Fans Ford F-150. He's going to get up into the wall coming out of 4. That's going to give it to Cole Howard. He is now leading the lucky dog position in that number 52 Chevy Silverado. Oh, the 48's going to get loose in front of him. That's going to be Don Francisco, the 52, up there in the thick of it all with the leaders, trying to get his lap back the hard way in that Jose's a Mexican Restaurant Chevy Silverado, trying to work his way through these leaders, trying. Oh, he's loose. Save it. He's keeping it out of the wall. Big save by the 52. Big save by that 52 truck here. We have seen several guys with some miraculous saves here tonight. Add that one to the list, and here comes the 29. A couple laps down, but coming nonetheless. Actually, John Turner's only 1 lap down, so he's actually battling Howard right now for that lucky dog position. So these guys still all in the thick of it all. Right behind those guys is Trenton Branson, who he's still trying to fight for that lucky dog position. So several guys under a blanket looking to try to get that lucky dog. The 29's loose, the 52's loose again. Let's jump on board of that number 24 and see just what the leaders are looking like coming through 1 and 2. 190 mile an hour into turn number 1 on the high line. Andrew Bolander all by himself down low into 2. Trenton Branson going to get that big run. He's going to jump to the inside. He's going to get up to 175 mile an hour. 180 heading down this long backstretch. 184 heading into 3. He's going to get underneath that 52 truck. That's who he's battling right now. Cole Howard for that lucky dog. He's going to, the 52's going to get loose. He's going to chase it up the track. He's going to save it. But it looked like he definitely had to jump out of the gas quite a bit there. As now he's going to be leading. But the 29 of Matthew Erickson, or John Turner rather, the 29, not the 28, is now right there with these guys, still all battling under a blanket for that lucky dog position. Trenton Branson in 7th, leading the lucky dog candidates. He's going to jump up in front of the 29 to try to block that position, but the 29 is going to come right back at him. You can see him turning that wheel to the left, just how hard he's turning it down there. Really turning it hard left there. But the 29 is going to really get clear of him that time. John Turner now in that lucky dog position. Terrible break for Jeff Taylor. You saw go 1 lap down now as well. So several, he found himself up there in the top 3. But these guys are all still battling. Lapped cars mixed in with the leaders. Who, if a caution comes out, is going to get the lucky dog? Who is going to continue to lead here at Auto Club? Still, bumper to bumper for the DVD show. Dunford, Bolander, and Don Francisco. You're 1, 2, 3 still through this one. But how about J.D. Larson taking advantage of everything and working his way up plus 14 spots? He is now in the top 4 in that number 18 Monster Toyota Tundra. Big race for a lot of these guys here tonight. These guys needed a lot of points. These guys know what's on the line. No playoffs, just straight points. 10 weeks. The best of the best, the most points win the championship. These guys know that these 5 points may not seem like a lot, but they all add up at the end of this season. Right now, Branson leading the Lucky Dog candidates in 6th, just in front of Turner. Big save by 19. He's going to dive to the inside, trying to get that big run through the apron. And now he's going to have to worry about the 2 trying to make it on the outside. But they're going to be side by side behind Dunford for 2nd. That is about the best thing that Andrew could see in his rearview mirror. Here comes Trenton Branson, one of his good friends here in NEXXTCAR. Let's jump inside the cockpit here. Let's see what he does to help this 2 Chevy Silverado, because not only is he going to be helping a friend, he's going to be helping himself try to get that Lucky Dog. But the number 2 of Andrew trying to work his way back up to the front. We've seen him lead a couple laps here tonight, but now he's relying on big help from the draft and from his good friend Trenton Branson, who's now going to jump to the inside. They're going to be side by side for the lead here, coming out of turn number 2. Here comes the 48 with a slide job on Trenton Branson. Big slide job by Nicholas Don Francisco coming out of 2. Absolutely beautiful views on this cockpit interior, as you can see the slide job from the 48. Now, both Dunford, Bolander, down low coming through 3 and 4. He is stuck in the dirty area, Bolander. Dunford trying to find a way around him. Where does he go through 1 and 2? I would think he's got to go to the opposite of where Andrew goes, but you never know. As you see the 11 of Jeff Taylor coming back off of pit road. The Flames coming out the right side of Bolander as he gets off the gas. Back on the gas. He's going to beat Dunford back to the gas. He's going to hold on to his lead. Dunford right behind him as well. These drivers tonight are putting it all out there. 1, 2, 3 have not changed much this race. Like I've said several times, it's the DBD show. But right now, Bolander making it the BDD show. 0.21 at the line. Right now, Michael Hill, the last driver on the lead lap, 10 seconds behind. JD Larson, 5 seconds behind. You can still throw a blanket over your top 3 as Bolander is going to start to pull away a little bit here in this one. Almost up to half a second lead. Dunford trying to use that draft down the long backstretch. He's going to carry a lot of momentum into turn number 3 and 4. Andrew going to start pulling away big time here. 0.45 seconds this time. Don Francisco almost a second behind Bolander. He is starting to pull away here in this one, but Dunford still trying to battle back here as Branson continues to lead the leaders 1 lap down for that Lucky Dog position. John Turner behind him in the 29 truck. Then you got Cole Howard and Matthew Erickson. 2 laps down. You've got Thomas. Christopher Thomas, that is. Jeff Taylor, 3 laps down. David Chandler, 3 laps down. You heard him jump in the Discord. We're going to try and help him out a little bit. For some reason, he lagged out. But the sunset is happening. You can see the track temperatures changing. You can see the sunlight changing on these guys as they head through 3 and 4 here tonight. Even turn number 1, the entrance starting to get some sunshine on it. Still partly cloudy here tonight as David Chandler's back on pit road. Don Francisco just under 2 seconds behind Bolander. Dunford just under 1 second. Andrew Bolander. He is starting to find his inner championship. He is starting to pull away over 1 second now over the rest of the field. Dunford coming to complete lap 110 of 150. 40 laps to go here tonight. These drivers have put on one heck of a show here tonight. As you can see, the Flames jumping out of the right side of that number 2 Chevy Silverado as Andrew Bolander gets out of the gas, back on it, just enough to get that car to rotate around the bottom. But right now, 1.4 second lead for Andrew Bolander here in this one. He has channeled his inner championship ways. We've talked about it. He is a NEXXTCAR 3-time Cup Series champion. Well, now he is making his debut down here in the Truck Series tonight, and he is showing the field, hey, I might have that Cup Series history, but I also can get it done in the Truck Series. Don Francisco falling way back in that number 48. He is now 3.5 seconds behind our leader. I don't know if these guys are starting to try to worry and save tires and fuel, but big falling off here for that 48 truck. Well, let's jump back out front and let's try to do what we tried to do earlier, and that is your NEXXTCAR through the field. Andrew Bolander in that number 2 bad boy mower Chevy Silverado. He has put on a show here tonight. He has battled big time with Don Francisco for the lead. These drivers are laying it all out on the line here tonight. Andrew Bolander making his first start here on iRacing, showing the way to these guys here right now. The +6 started in 7th, up 6. Brandon Dunford in that number 19 Magellan Toyota Tundra coming around here to complete lap 113 tonight. He has been one of the top 3 dominating trucks here tonight, as you can see him running side by side with Trenton Branson. But Brandon Dunford, he got into the wall earlier on in the race, into the high outside wall, heading into turn number 3, but has recovered nicely and returned back to battling with the leaders for the lead. Most of this race, he has shown the way around this track, but right now he finds himself 2.5 seconds behind Andrew. Nicholas Don Francisco from Staunton, Virginia. He has showed his way here in that Lear Chevy Silverado around Auto Club. The man knows how to drive, and he has shown that here tonight. But he definitely is a little off the pace right now. Not sure if he's trying to conserve tires or if he used up all of his tires. The last time he pitted was on lap 90. So these guys have gone a little bit since then. 25 laps on these tires, so they shouldn't be that bad. But these guys were driving it all they could in these opening laps here of the restart. So not really surprised to see these guys falling off, but a great race for that 48 Chevy nonetheless. He has found himself up there in the top 3 most of tonight, battling bumper to bumper, side by side for that lead. And he continues to lead here in 3rd. Moving on down to 4th, the guy who is the biggest mover of the race so far, J.D. Larson, in that number 18 Monster Energy Toyota Tundra. We talked about him several times tonight. He led the first 18 laps at Daytona last week, but did not have anything to show for it. He came away with a horrible finish. Definitely not where he was looking to end his race, but he has rebounded nicely here tonight as he is currently riding around in the 4th position, 8 seconds behind your leader, Andrew Bolander. We've got a couple guys coming to pit road. John Turner in the number 29 making his way to pit road. Michael Hill in that number 30 Chevy Silverado. Remember the veterans. Absolutely great race he has put on here tonight. We saw him get caught up in that accident in the opening laps of tonight's race, but so far tonight he has rebounded perfectly, and my man is rounding around in the top 5, 17 seconds behind your leader. But that is not the story. He has put on one heck of a show here tonight, rebounded nicely. As you see, the 97 of Slonacker starting to blink there a little bit, but these guys putting on a heck of a show here in this one. 6th place, Michael Branson, Trenton Branson. Where did I get Michael? No clue. But Trenton Branson in that DuPont Chevy Silverado running around as your leader of the Lucky Dog squad. 1 lap down in that 6th position. He's had a fairly quiet race so far. He's found himself up there in the top 3 once, but right now finding himself a lap down, looking to try to get back around and get that lucky dog and try to improve his finishing position. as they are coming to complete lap 119 here. But Trent Branson making his iRacing debut as well, missing last week. Here he is, putting on a heck of a show here in 6th. Moving on here, Cole Howard in at number 52 from Baraboo, Wisconsin. In that Chevy Silverado, he has found himself in the thick of some things. He got caught up in an incident with Robert Babcock coming out of turn number 4, where nothing he could do different. Just in the right place at the wrong time, honestly. Had to use a quick repair after a horrific crash up in the catch fence. But big rebound right now behind Trenton Branson, but in a great position to try to get that lucky dog. But right now, finding himself in a huge battle right now with Matthew Erickson in at number 28. Another guy, he's battling for that lucky dog. You just saw the ticker switch. Matthew Erickson now taking over 7th. Matthew Erickson from Okonomowoc, Wisconsin. Matthew, I know I just butchered that, so do not kill me, man. Don't hate on me, brother. But a decent race here for Matthew, coming off that Daytona opening season win last week. Carrying a lot of that momentum into the early parts of this race, but lately here he's kind of slid off a little bit. Finding himself in a big battle with Cole Howard right now to try to get the 2nd position to get that lucky dog. Not the race that he's wanted, that's for sure, but he is definitely continuing to put together a very strong season so far, running in that 8th position. He's got those 5 extra bonus points from winning that race last week. I say bonus points, they're not bonus points, but we use the NASCAR point schedule, so the winner gets 40 points, 2nd place gets 35. So that he's got a little bit of wiggle room there. It would, if he can get around to 7th place, he would still probably hold on to your points lead after 2 races. But definitely he needs some luck here with the caution here at Auto Club. But that rounds out your top guys that are all on the lead lap or 1 lap down. As you see these guys still battling side by side behind Don Francesco, who's now in 6th after making his pit stop. John Turner, he's had a pretty solid race so far. He's been caught up in a couple of incidents here tonight, but continues to put it together here and have a strong outing here in the top 10. Currently running around in 9th, 2 laps down. So, as you see, Dunford and Larson, 2nd and 3rd, coming to pit road. But Bolander staying out. But John Turner has put together a pretty solid race here tonight. 2 laps down, battling Christopher Thomas for the 9th position. Christopher Thomas in at number 5, Carhartt Chevy Silverado. A lot of damage to the right side of that truck. He's found himself in a couple of incidents here tonight. So definitely not the the race he's wanted. But trying to recover nicely. He's got about 1 more guy he can pass here. That is, excuse me, John Turner. They're both 2 laps down. So don't give up yet, Chris. You can try to get another position out of this one, buddy. Jeff Taylor in 11th. Running into number 11, Budweiser Chevy. Definitely showed some speed early on, but got caught up in some things. Got caught up in a couple accidents. Had to burn a quick repair very early. And just got caught up in some stuff. And currently finds himself running around in the 11th position. Pretty solid race so far. But right there behind the leader, as you see, Andrew continuing to lead the way here at Auto Club. Zachary Brooks in the 12, number 22, Ghost Energy Toyota Tundra. He's had a pretty quiet race so far. Haven't really talked a whole lot about him tonight. Definitely done what he's had to do. He's 3 laps down. Or I'm sorry, he's 5 laps down, but he's definitely done what he could do, what he can do. A lot of damage to that 22 truck as you see the 29 of Turner go around him, but a lot of damage on a 22 truck and definitely not the race that he was looking for. Moving on to David Chandler in that Toyota Tundra, the 28 up into the wall. But the number 1 Bud Light Platinum Toyota Tundra, David Chandler. He had some mechanical issues earlier on. Got 5 laps down. Well, now he's 5 laps down again after getting 1 lap back. So, back to 5 laps down. He's had a pretty solid, clean race so far. It's been pretty quiet for him. Currently running in that 13th position. Definitely not the race that he was wanting, but you're going to have that sometimes. You can't come out here and you can't win them all. But Jimmy Emos on pit road right now from Philadelphia, Ohio, in that number 13 CarQuest Chevy Silverado. Fairly quiet race for him as well. A lot of damage on that right side, but at this point, who doesn't have damage on that right side of that truck? Definitely, he's up 6 positions even as he runs right now in 14th. So a good turnaround for him here tonight, 8 laps down. Dustin Sloanacker in that number 97 Snickers Ford F-150, currently finding himself minus 6 positions throughout tonight's race, but still trying to put together a pretty solid finish, currently running in the 15th position. You know, 15th might not look too great, but a lot of guys missing tonight's race. 29 guys here in the Truck Series, and only 19 were able to make it tonight. A lot of guys, I know a couple of guys out at the NASCAR race at the Charlotte Roval, and a lot of guys just unable to make it tonight. But so definitely a bunch of these guys that are finding themselves running around at the bottom of the field looking to pick up some extra points that they could definitely use, no doubt about it. But right now, Stanley Thomas is out. But let's talk about Robert Babcock in the number 99 Toyota Tundra. He started in second, outside of the front row, got caught up in several incidents, waited on pit road for his damage to get fixed. 59 laps down, but the man is still out there putting down laps. Major applause to that number 99 Target Toyota driver for waiting out the damage and everything else. Just, you love to see when drivers do that. You really do. You love to see when they care enough to stay out there and they put down laps and everything and they wait out the damage. It's great to see. It's a good feeling. It really is. But right now, Michael Hill coming to pit road, was being scored your leader, but the number 30 is going to surrender the lead and come to pit road, and that is going to hand the lead over to the Brandon Dunford show. The number 19 finding himself back out front in this one. But that is your NEXXTCAR field here at Auto Club. Several guys laps down here in this one. Right now, Trenton Branson, 2 laps down. I don't know if he sped onto pit road. We're going to see if we can't go back and figure out what exactly happened to him. I'm not seeing anything on our timing screen as to what would have made him 2 laps down, as everyone else that he was racing with is all still 1 lap down. Between Turner, Howard, and Erickson, they're all still 1 lap down, but Trenton finds himself in 10th, 2 laps down. Now, battling Jeff Taylor and Christopher Thomas for that 10th position. But right now, it is all Brandon Dunford, 6.3 seconds ahead of the field here, coming to complete 20 laps to go here at Auto Club. It has been an incredible race here tonight. These drivers have put on one heck of a show here, coming to start 20 to go here at Auto Club. You saw the ticker change over. Just 20 laps in this one. Andrew Bolander now battling Nicholas Don Francesco bumper to bumper. They continue their battles as the leader Dunford leaves them out back. Several guys must not have had clean pit entrances, because these guys way behind Dunford, who pitted right around the same time that they did. So I don't know if these 4 fresh tires are going to play out a big issue or not It's going to be interesting here with 19 to go. Well, let's bring up your weather here. See what the track temp is at now. 69 degrees, 65 degrees air temperature. So that track cooling down, meaning these drivers are going to have a lot more grip in that track here. Wind now just 8 mile an hour and 9 mile an hour, back up into double digits, up to 12. So that wind very fluctuating. All 335 of you guys tuned in to help me bring home the last 18 laps here tonight at Auto Club in the NEXXTCAR Truck Series. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you're hitting that follow button if you're on Twitch. Hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube. And if you're watching on Facebook Gaming, make sure you're following as well. But these drivers here tonight have put on one heck of a show. The timing score does not give it justice. Dunford, Bolander, Don Francisco all battled side by side, bumper to bumper for about the first, 110, 115 laps. These guys have put on one heck of a show here tonight. 4.8 seconds now, just the gap, as you see the 13 up in the wall, giving Bolander plenty of room underneath them. Does Andrew have enough time to run down Dunford? 17 to go. 4.6 seconds now the gap. Don Francisco behind Bolander by almost a second and a half. Is there enough time for Andrew to run him down? I was going to say, let's jump on the blimp and see just what that gap is. We're not going to see it. There it is. He's at the line right now. Coming across the line, Andrew just now hitting a Geico restart zone. He's at the line right now. 4.1 seconds, just the gap, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to have ourselves another battle to the finish here in this one. Andrew is really starting to run him down here. Let's get your track map up here and see if we can get these guys to... There you go. You can see the track map. Let's turn it to numbers. That way it's easier. You can see it right there. Coming out of turn 4 is the 19. The 2 just now coming out of 4. The 48 just now coming out of 4. So your top 3 drivers still 1, 2, 3 here tonight. It has been the DBD show tonight. And these guys are going to continue the rest of this race. Running 1, 2, 3. Larson 4th. Hill 5th. Turner, Howard, and Erickson all 1 lap down, running 6th, 7th, and 8th. Trenton Branson now up into 9th, passing John Taylor for 10th. Jeff Taylor, sorry. But they are getting there. Andrew Bolander almost 2.5 seconds behind Dunford. We are going to have another fantastic NEXXTCAR finish here in this one at Auto Club. You can see the track map, the bubbles getting closer. You can see on the tower, just 2.4 seconds separate them. Here comes Don Francisco as well, only 5.5 back now. He was over 7 seconds a couple laps ago. So, Dunford backing off big time. Let's jump on board Andrew's truck and see what he can see out the front windshield of this number 2 truck. He's got 1.9 seconds to gap. 14 to go, coming to 13 this time. He's there. If Dunford makes any kind of mistake, he's there. Bolander, I think, whether Dunford makes a mistake or not, is there. He is cutting them down big time. Just 1.77 separate the leaders now. 5.2 back to Don Francisco. They're both making a huge charge up the first. 13 laps to go in this one. These drivers have put it all out on the line here all race long, and they are continuing to do so here tonight, all the way to the white flag. Just above a second separate Dunford and Bolander. Where does Bolander go when he catches him? You see the bubbles basically at each other in the top right corner of the screen on the track map. Larson 17, almost 18 seconds behind. He's not going to be a factor unless we get a caution. Same with Michael Hill in the 30. This is going to be settled between first and second. 0.83 separate them now. Don Francisco back up to a 5.5 seconds behind the leader, but it's going to come down to Bolander and Dunford. Dunford making the big dive to try to get past the 22. Here comes Bolander. He's going to have to worry about lap traffic. He's going to try to use the draft of the 22. He's going to clear him heading through the tri-oval. The 22 is going to give him the line, not worry about battling him, which is great to see. Let the drivers run this one out. Don't interfere with them. Just let them go. First and second. Back. Bumper to bumper in this one. There's your lap times. He has gained 1.1 seconds each lap. Bolander running much faster laps here. Lap 139. They're going to be side by side coming out of turn number 4. Andrew Bolander, has he saved enough? Did he use up all his stuff trying to catch up to Dunford? They are going to come back. 10 laps to go here in the NEXXTCAR Truck Series. Andrew Bolander makes the pass. Dunford, where does he go to try to battle back? Has Dunford used up all his stuff? Was he saving, trying to lure Bolander into making a mistake and using up all his stuff? Who is going to save enough tires here in this one, coming to 9 laps to go? Dunford, Bolander have put on one heck of a show here tonight, and they're going to continue that show all the way to the checkered. 9 to go here at Auto Club. Dunford now 0.3 seconds behind. Bolander, has he saved enough tires? Did he use them up trying to run down Dunford? Andrew Bolander has continued to put on a heck of a show in his debut here on iRacing in the NEXXTCAR Racing League. We talked about it earlier. He knows how to get it done. He is a 3-time Cup Series champion here in NEXXTCAR, making his first start down here in the Truck Series. Well, he is showing, hey, it might be my first start, but I am going to channel my inner championship ways, and I am going to go out here and I am going to start my own season off with a bang. He missed Daytona last week. Well, he has come out here and picking up right where he left off last season here in this number 2 Chevy Silverado. 7.5 laps to go in this one. Now, the lead just under a second as they head into turn number 3. Now, Don Francisco has fallen back to just under 7 seconds in that 3rd position. This is still going to be settled between the 2 and the 19. 7 to go. The lead now just over and back under a second. Who saved enough tires? You see Turner, Howard, and Erickson all still battling for that lucky dog position. If a lucky dog or a caution does come out here in the final 6 laps here at Auto Club. Last week at Daytona, the race finished under caution. Tonight, hoping to not repeat that. 6 to go. The lead, 1.3 seconds here at Auto Club. Seven and a half back to Nick in 3rd. JD Larson, 19, almost 20 seconds back in 4th. And Michael Hill, who has had a very quiet race so far, is going to finish hopefully in that top 5. But he is 37.6 seconds back. But Bolander, Andrew Bolander that is, starting to really pull away now from Dunford. The lead back up to 1.35 seconds, or 5 laps to go here tonight. Let's jump on that gyro cam here of this number 2 and see just how he is using that steering wheel. You can see him barely turning that wheel to the left here, just ever so smooth on the steering, letting the car raise off the turn up towards the wall. 4 to go here. You can see now 1.6 seconds back to Dunford. What a start to the season for Bolander. Even if he's not able to come home with this victory, what a race he has put together here tonight. Ran in the top 3 most of this race. Dunford really falling off now, 1.87 seconds back. He got really loose there through 3 and 4 that final time with 3 laps to go. Unless Andrew makes a mistake or a caution comes out, it is looking like Andrew Bolander may have been able to survive here at Auto Club. Only 5 guys on the lead lap so far, but this race has been anything but boring. These guys have put on one heck of a show, and it has been great to see after the race that we had last week at Daytona. Let's get your track map back up. You can see the gap right there. The 2 at the line now. The 19 at the line now. 2.3 separating your front 2 runners. 2 laps to go in this one. Andrew Bolander. I've said it several times. He's a 3-time Cup Series champion here in NEXXTCAR. And a man showing, hey, we might be on iRacing now, but I am still one of the top dogs of this league. And he has shown it here tonight. But he had a lot of excuse me. He had a lot of challenges here tonight. Dunford, Don Francisco, put up a heck of a fight. But white flag is in the air here, sponsored by W Energy here at Auto Club. 2.7 seconds separate first and second, back to 8.3 seconds behind the leader for third. Andrew Bolander making his first start here in NEXXTCAR on iRacing is going to head down the backstretch for the final time here tonight through 3 and 4. He is going to hang on. He had a lot of challengers tonight, but now he is going to prevail for the final time here tonight. Out of 3 and 4, Andrew Bolander, the number 2 bad boy mower Chevy Silverado, is going to get the win at Auto Club and start off his season strong. Andrew Bolander, what a race here for that number 2 Chevy Silverado. Unbelievable performance for him. Absolutely unbelievable. Incredible as the fireworks are going off in the background. And you see his good friend, that is Robert Babcock, getting up there and giving him a bump and a shove down that backstretch. They are good friends here of NEXXTCAR, and what a race we just witnessed. Unbelievable racing. Incredible start to the season for that number 2 Chevy Silverado.
Buddy.
Everybody that can hear me and those that can you please tell everyone, jump in the Hangout chat in Discord for a post-race interview.
Copy.
Temple.
What a race we just witnessed here tonight. Burn it down, Andrew. You have earned this one, my friend. You have earned this one. Let's check out your results here tonight as you see Robert Babcock going door to door with Andrew, getting ready to burn it down. Whoa, we got practice up. Hold on. Sorry about that. Not sure why that was on practice, but there is your race results. Andrew Bolander getting his first win. Brandon Dunford second. Nicholas Don Francisco third. JD Larson fourth. Michael Hill rounding out your drivers on the lead lap in fifth. John Turner sixth. Cole Howard seventh. Matthew Erickson in eighth. Trenton Branson in his first start gonna finish ninth. Christopher Thomas in 10th. Hanging on to round out your top 10. Jeff Taylor 11th. David Chandler in 12th, Zachary Brooks 13th, Dustin Sloanacker 14th, Jimmy Emus 15th, Stanley Thomas 16th, Robert Babcock, after getting second, is going to finish in 17th, Jerry Parker 18th, Jacob Cochran in 19th. Man, what a race we just saw here tonight. I don't know if the points are going to work. They are not. I don't know why the points don't work, but they are not working right now. Definitely going to have to look into that and figure out why they're not. But, man, what a race we just saw from these guys here tonight. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be right back to bring you the post-race interviews. As you see Andrew Bolander doing the Polish victory lap here at the Auto Club Speedway. Going backwards around this 2-mile track. He earned it. He absolutely earned this one. There is no doubt about it. Anyone in that top 3 earned it. Him, Dunford, or Don Francesco. They all definitely earned it tonight. As you can see, they're all side by side waiting on him. The top 3 drivers here tonight waiting for your leader. These 3 drivers put on a battle all race long, and this is awesome to see. All 3 drivers sitting here on the tri-oval.
What are you doing?
This is awesome.
When the hell do you go?
Okay, copy.
No, all you do is click that. Here, go back into that green.
Trying to figure out where the audio is coming from. There we go. All right, but that was awesome right there to see the top 3 drivers who put it all out on the line tonight sitting there on the track. What a race. But ladies and gentlemen, let's head to your post-race interviews here tonight. Getting ready for your post-race interviews here tonight. This is definitely going to be a good one here. Let's get your results up here tonight. All right, ladies, and what a race you guys put on tonight. Let's start it off with the man who got it done in his opening race here on iRacing in the NEXXTCAR Racing League. Let's talk to Andrew Bolander, your race winner. What's going on, buddy?
What's going on, man?
Oh, dude, what a show you, Dunford, and Don Francisco put on tonight. I talked to you in pre-race. You said you didn't feel too comfortable tonight and that you weren't going to be fast. Well, were you sandbagging there, buddy, or did you surprise yourself?
I surprised myself there. That was not what I thought was going to happen.
Well, whatever you did, it worked. Talk us through your race tonight.
Well, started out practice and I was just getting laps, and when the race started, I was just letting the track to me get more laps on it. starting to feel more comfortable, and then got up with 48 and the 19 and just followed them a little bit and tried different lines out and found something I liked and I just stuck with it.
Absolutely, yes, sir. Walk us through the battle with Dunford and Nicholas there, because you guys were bumper to bumper, side by side for what seemed like 115 out of the 150 laps here tonight.
Yeah, that stuff was crazy. I just wanted to be up there, to hang on with them, and the draft helped a lot. And we just had some really good, clean racing, a lot better than the other games. And yeah, I mean, we just kept it clean, and that's fun.
Absolutely, yes, sir. You mentioned the other games. Well, that's the biggest reason we came to iRacing, and you guys showed that tonight it was the best move we could have made. Congrats, buddy. Your first race and your first win of the season.
Thank you. And after we crossed the finish line, a big sigh of relief went off, and the fireworks looked pretty awesome.
Absolutely, yes, sir. We're going to come back to you, Andrew. Don't go anywhere.
All right.
Brandon Dunford, man, leading 75 laps here tonight, a race high. You started on the pole, but you bring home second. What a battle you had with Bolander and Don Francisco.
Yeah, man, I got to say that the talent's there, laying down a fast lap time. I knew I was going to be good here. I've been here good previously, and, been in the iRacing for a little while now. So congrats to the winner, though. I mean, he put on that truck definitely came alive.
You are not wrong. So we were watching those lap times in the interval and those closing 10, 12 laps there. What was happening to where Andrew was able to run you down like he did?
So I'd gotten into Nicholas at a point in time when he got loose, and unfortunately my quick repair wasn't unclicked. And so I did have some front end damage, and the truck just wasn't the same. It just wasn't driving as fast as it had been.
Man, well, it sucks that that's definitely what hurt your performance there. But I mean, you got to be happy with this race after the race that went down at Daytona last week. To come out here and absolutely put on a heck of a show that everybody did tonight. This has definitely got to be a huge momentum builder.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I missed the Daytona race. I was actually in Talladega watching the actual race. So I was there, but I heard a lot about it, seen a lot of the Discord. But yeah, man, putting on a show like that where you got guys running and jockeying for the lead up at the front, it just puts on a great show. You see the clean racing and you see what an outcome it can do when you have clean racing. It makes it way better. It makes you appreciate the guys around you. They're going to run you clean. So, I just appreciate everybody running me clean.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. We talked about it after Daytona. Everybody was warned. That general warning was pushed out, and everybody cleaned up their stuff tonight, and it was great to see. But congrats on that second place finish. I know you wanted that win after leading a race high 75 laps, but you got to be happy with that second place. So congrats, buddy.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Moving on to your third place finisher, Nicholas. What's going on, man?
Nothing much. Just wishing that race could have turned out a little better, but I'll take third any day of the week.
Oh, absolutely. What a show you, Dunford, and Bolander all put on here tonight. Like I was talking with Andrew, it seemed like you guys were bumper to bumper, side by side for 115 out of those 150 laps. Walk us through your action here tonight.
Well, started fifth, and anyway, actually, somebody on pit road didn't get going, so that gave me another extra position right there in the start. And I was able to follow the 19 all the way up to second, and then from there, they just battled it out, really. And then the 2 truck came out of nowhere. So
Absolutely. I mentioned it. We're going to go back to Andrew now that we've done all 3 of your guys' interview. What happened there after Andrew did his Polish victory lap? You guys were sitting there on the tri-oval waiting on him. that was huge to see you guys congratulating each other like that.
Yeah, I know. I came by and gave him a little rev up because I mean, stellar show, man. I mean, he did. He raced it clean and he deserves it.
Yeah, I kind of gave him a few pointers before the race, so he probably used that to his advantage as well. So, yeah.
Andrew, walk us through how that felt coming around turn 4 and seeing those guys waiting on you.
Well, for a while, I didn't even see him until I got pretty close. I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. I was parked in between them.
Yeah, it was definitely awesome to watch, no doubt about it. But you top 3 guys, you guys put on one heck of a show, and it was awesome to watch up here in the booth. I'm losing my voice because it was insane. You guys put on a heck of a show just like everybody else. So moving on to 4th place, JD Larson. What's going on, man?
Hey, how we doing, Ron? Doing great, man.
I hear you. All right. Going back to last week at Daytona, you led the first 18 laps of that race. Definitely looked like you had one of the trucks to beat in that one. Did not get the finish you wanted. Coming into Auto Club, coming out of here with a 4th place finish after starting in 18th. You are the biggest mover of the race. Walk us through your recovering race tonight.
Yeah, we started P18th and we worked our way up. We did have a little bit of a hiccup there coming into 1 and 2. We slid up the track, hit the wall, and we got hit from behind. We had to use our fast repair, so that put us back a little bit. But we kept digging. We worked our way up, and we made it to P4 for the finish. And I just looked to put us in the top 5 overall in points coming out of week 2. So I'm really excited. I'm happy, and we're looking forward to a great season here.
Absolutely. You know, a lot of people were upset after Daytona last week, but it's like we said, things happen at Daytona. The real racing starts now. And you guys showed that that was the dead honest truth because you guys put on one heck of a show.
Yeah, it was good racing all night. I want to thank you, Ronald. You're doing a fabulous job. We got through the hiccups on week 1, coming into week 2. You definitely made a 360-degree turnaround from week 1, so you grasped on real quick, and you did an excellent job. As far as the rest of the field, great racing tonight. It was, for the most part, clean racing. We had a few cautions, but it seems like for the majority of the field, everybody pretty much enjoyed the track. It was a fun track, fast track. Me personally ran line on the low side 1 and 2, high side 3 and 4, and then I mixed it up coming towards the end of the race. And I was hoping I'd be able to catch 3rd place, but just couldn't get there.
Yes, sir. Moving on to your 5th place finisher, the last guy to finish on the lead lap, Michael Hill. What's going on, man?
Oh, that was a long race.
You are not wrong, but it was a fun race. You guys made it go by very quickly. Walk us through your pretty quiet race today. You started 15th, but you worked your way up to 5th.
Yeah, qualifying and practice, it just didn't go well for me. I was struggling, and I just figured, I'm just gonna ride around and just try something different. After that first long green flag, I pitted about maybe 10 laps before everyone else and was hoping for a yellow at the right time, and it came out at the right time.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, this was definitely one of those races you could not rely on a yellow because we had a ton of green flag racing, and it shows it there. You were the last guy on the lead lap, finishing in 5th. Did you think you maybe had a truck that could have gotten maybe up into one of those podium positions? I know JD said he was really trying to run down Nicholas. Did you feel like you had one of those trucks, or did you just kind of, 5th is where it's going to be? I'm going to take it and go home.
Maybe if we had one more yellow and it was maybe like 5 to go, green, white, checkered, I may have had something. But other than that, I was just riding around, just trying to not get into anything else.
Absolutely, buddy. Well, your game plan worked, and you're coming out here with the top 5. So congrats on that one.
Yeah, thank you, bud.
Yes, sir. 6th was John Turner. He's not in here. 7th, Cole Howard. 8th, Matthew Erickson. another guy that had a pretty quiet day so far, started in 8th. He's going to go home 8th, 1 lap down. What's going on, Matt?
Oh, not much, Ron.
So, last week at Daytona, you were the opening winner of the NEXXTCAR Racing League. Tonight, 8th. How does it feel?
I didn't have the race I wanted. Started off pretty good. I was hanging in the top 5. I don't think I had anything for the top 3 guys unless one of them would have slipped up. But I got put behind early. I got loose in turn 4 and kind of cut through the grass on the infield and had to make up a bunch of positions and got back up to 5th, I believe it was. And then that second round of pit stops, just as the 24 and I were getting on pit road, there was a caution and we got put a lap back and I couldn't do anything after that.
Yeah, no, that outside wall was definitely troublesome for a lot of guys tonight. How did that play into your race? Because the top 3 for a while, that was not the place to be because every single guy going into turn 3, I don't know if it was that big draft down that long backstretch that was carrying momentum into 3, but they just kept running up into that wall.
Yeah, halfway through the race, the sun started to glare and it was running down that backstretch and hitting turn 3. It was kind of hard sometimes to see where you were and where you had to hit your point, but I prefer to run the high line, and I was trying to run the high line all night just to save tires, and I think some other people picked up on that, and I think everybody was just kind of aiming for the same real estate to get into that turn, and sometimes it didn't work out, but I mean, we ran hard. We got 8th, so we'll take that and move on to next week. Congrats to Andrew on his win.
Absolutely, yes, sir. 8th place. Let's see here. Who else do we have in here? Christopher Thomas coming out of here with the top 10. What's going on, buddy?
What's going on, Ronnie?
Not much, man. What an up and down race you seem to have in that number 5 Carhartt Chevy Silverado. 2 laps down, but coming out of here with the top 10.
Yeah, we started out in the back and kind of worked our way up, and we pitted. About the time we pitted, they were saying that they were crashing and wrecking, and I was not paying attention to my speed, ended up going 2 laps down and just couldn't recover from it, and trying to find the line with that sun coming out of 2 was kind of hard. It was glaring right on the screen, and it was hard to see right out the windshield, so
yeah, so
tough
we're hearing a lot of guys talking about that sun tonight.
Yeah, it was a tough break, but it's part of racing, and we're gonna move on and see what we can do next weekend.
Absolutely, yes, sir. But round out of top 10, it's kind of hard to get here in NEXXTCAR, and you're gonna grab it and move on to next week.
Yes, sir. And I just want to thank you and Nick for doing this, and it's great. It's really fun. A lot of good guys racing all night together, and we were racing real close, side by side, a lot of times, and bumper to bumper, and everybody handled themselves. Had a couple mistakes, but that's what it's going to be. And congrats to the winner, and appreciate everything you do, Ronnie.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Moving on to your 12th place finisher, David Chandler. Now, it surprised me there a little bit because I was wondering what happened to you, and then you popped into Discord and explained it, but definitely not the outcome you were looking for tonight.
Yeah, no, we were hoping we could run a solid top 5 at least, and we were on the right strategy path there for a while. And then unfortunately, you get that bad internet hiccup, and you go 5 laps down.
Yes, sir.
But overall, it was a real good race. A lot of clean racing out there. Had some hiccups, getting into some people early on. Did a little self penalty there to put myself back in the back. And we're just trying to have some clean racing out there, and it was a lot of fun. We'll try to get them next time.
Absolutely, yes, sir. I look forward to it for sure. Definitely after the racing y'all just put on tonight.
Nowhere next week will be even better.
Yeah, hopefully.
And it's a short track.
But moving on to maybe the heartbreak of the night, Robert Babcock, starting in second, bringing it home 17th. Before we get to you, I want to applaud you on sitting on pit road for 60 laps, buddy, and getting that damage fixed. Not a lot of people do that, so I applaud you for that one.
Why to finish the race the way I want to finish it, but like I like the first 50 laps, but after that, like just sit on pit road for 60, it just is a heartbreak for me. But it's not bad. See my friend win a race, so.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw you get up there and give him a nice nudge down the backstretch and rev the engine and stuff at him. So, yeah, no, you guys have been good friends for a while. So to see Andrew bring home his first win in his first start must have been pretty special.
Yeah, but it was fun racing with him and Nicholas and Brandon up front for the first 50 laps, basically. But it's always next week. Looking forward to tomorrow.
Absolutely, yes, sir. I know it's not the finish you wanted, but you're going to bring home 17th. But congrats to Andrew getting that first win. Now, the saying is, you get that first one out of the way, the rest of them come easier. So we're going to see if that is definitely the case here. Let's check out your season standing so far. Matthew Erickson, your Daytona winner, is still going to come out of here with that points lead by 4 points over Nicholas in second, and Zachary Brooks rounding out your top three, tied with Cole Howard at 59 points apiece, and Dustin Sloanacker with 56, tied with JD Larson. So both, we got second place tied, or I'm sorry, third place and fifth place. So points very tight here. But that is going to do it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed it. All 323 you guys that tuned in, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe. And we will catch you guys tomorrow night when we see the Next Gen Cup cars do it all again here at Auto Club. Until then, we will catch you guys next time. Have a